one who clean bowled Amir Soil after he sledged him in the previous ball. And that was the most iconic moment of the international cricket, in my opinion. And now I request it's over to Venkatesh Prasad to address our media friends.
Check. Very good evening to all my friends from the media, all the members of the media. Namaskara, ellargunave. It's amazing to see such a fantastic gathering, honestly. Well, obviously, we all know the reason that we have gathered out here. It's for, it's just that we are releasing the manifest today. Okay, manifest in terms of what this group, this team is going to do if they come to power, if they get elected, and how to run the game or what we need to be doing. So now, before going much further, I would like to express my deepest sympathies and condolences for the people who lost their lives recently in the stampede that happened in Bangalore in front of the stadium. My deepest sympathies and condolences to them, to their family members and friends. So I wish to say that, can we all observe a 1 minute silence, please? Thank you. Thank you. Well, whatever happened was just very unfortunate, and it was something that was outside our control, and that's something that shouldn't have happened. Honestly, I'm not going to get too deep into it. Having said that, Vinay has already introduced me and Shanta. I think it's time for me to introduce Vinay as well, a very famous chartered accountant, I should say, and also, being the former treasurer of Karnataka State Cricket Association, say about a few years back, a couple of terms back, one term back, yeah. So Vinay and Santosh came to me regarding the upcoming elections and what we can do if we all come back into power and so on. So I always had this thought in my mind about getting into administration at some point of time. I'm not going to reveal too many things about the candidates as far as the elections are concerned, because we are still working on our team basically. So obviously I'm as of now I'm the selector, you can say, or maybe a chief selector, you can say, in terms of still selecting the candidates for the positions, or for the managing committee or the committee members and so on. And for whatever has been happening, thus far, whether it's the Independence Day greetings that we sent, or the press meet, or later on, we are also meeting a few of them over dinner. For all those, the chief architect is Vinay Mrutyunjaya. So he is extremely keen along with Santosh, of course, wanting to do a lot for the game. So that's the whole purpose for us to be here. So to release the manifest and what this team is going to achieve. So obviously, as the days go by, you will get to know who is contesting for which position, and the names which I don't want to reveal as of now. Still, we are in terms of finalizing them. It takes some time, but then if we get into power, then obviously you've all gone through the manifest as well here in terms of what we are going to do for men's cricket, because that's something which has not happened. There's no structure, be it men's cricket or women's cricket, or even for the banks and industries that we used to have the tournaments, the matches. It has not happened in the last few years, and we would like to bring back the lost glory, I should say, as far as the stadium is concerned. We would like to bring back international cricket. So obviously, whatever has happened, we have seen that that every international match has been moved out of Bangalore. It's such an iconic venue, Chinnaswamy Stadium, such an iconic venue, which has been standing for the last 50 years. And this is something which has never happened, where the international matches have been moved out. And even our own Maharaja Cup has also been moved out. So, which is not a good thing. So we would obviously like to bring back that lost glory, bring back those those international matches, and give the fans a better experience, not just watching international matches, also coming up with one of the best stadiums. So we have got a lot in our mind, which we have already put in our manifest. So this is what it is. So I mean, as far as the manifest is concerned, and as far as women's cricket is concerned, I would like to hand over this mic to Shanta. So she'll talk about women's cricket, a legendary cricketer, women's cricketer. So it's great to have you here, Shanta, and please go ahead. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you. We haven't seen much of women's cricket in the last 3 years. They hardly played any tournament. In fact, I have raised this in the annual general meeting of KSCA also. The priorities were elsewhere. I am told, subject to correction, that even men's cricket took a back seat because even their tournaments were not conducted in full. This idea of a press conference is to enable us to tell you what we intend doing if this team, since I'm not part of the team, I'm ineligible to contest, but I am with them. We would like to implement these things. This is the gospel on which we want to proceed if the clubs and the voting life members of KSCA should bestow us the honor of serving the game. We have had league matches in the past, off and on, but then there is no structured program as such. So we want to launch structured leagues equivalent to men's tournaments for all age groups. Introduce inter-school, inter-college cricket tournaments to nurture young, budding female talent. Elevate the stature and quality of the Maharani's T20 tournament. I mean, it was tough to watch them. They all looked rusted. They hardly played any matches. So we want to ensure that they get adequate matches so that they can stand equal chances of moving up the ladder and play for India. enable reciprocal overseas tours for elite women cricketers. You know, earlier some New South Wales and all men's team used to come to Karnataka. I think your days, they had these exchange programs. So we want to introduce that for women cricket also, so that our Karnataka players get a taste of international cricket. And that will help them absorb pressure in a better way as and when they make it to the Indian team. And there's one major thing which we managed to get it from BCCI for those who played for India, gratis for women cricketers. But our efforts in the last few years has not yielded any results. So this team wants to give equal gratis to women cricketers. I think that will be a big boost to all those retired cricketers who played for nothing. Incidentally, it's just to make you understand the plight of women cricketers. I played for Karnataka for 21 years. I played for India for 16 years. And I was not paid 1 rupee in my entire cricketing career. So, though we people, those days, we never made money. It's a passion that actually drove us to the game, and it sustained our interest in cricket. This idea will at least ensure that after your cricketing days, women cricketers' services are recognized. Whatever, even if it's a token gratis, it's still something they'll be proud of. So I would like to request all of you to write favorably and get this team elected for the sake of cricket in Karnataka. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Shanta. Just to stress on a few of the cricketing activities that we are thinking. Obviously, we would like to, give a lot of importance, stress on the zonal academies at each zone, and also take a lot of matches to the zones. So it shouldn't be just Chinnaswamy Stadium centric. So we would like to take it to all the zones. We would like to have, organize a lot of BCCI matches in zones, give them that importance, have academies in each of these zones, and one center of excellence, obviously, at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. And, like probably a National Cricket Academy sort of a structure. So give a lot of opportunities for the youngsters, under 16, under 19, under 15 girls, under 19 girls, and so on. Coach them, give them the opportunity to use those, the centers. And I've heard that the infrastructure in the zones are not up to the mark. So I think we need to give them, the best facilities to. So obviously, when we are looking at forming this team, the most important aspect is to focus on cricket, on having structured cricket, be it men's, be it women's, give more opportunities, organize more tournaments, and all conducted on timely basis. So that's been our idea, and obviously my dream, if you ask me, is to really come up with a fantastic stadium. That is what I've been dreaming about. So we are all talking about it in our small little gatherings that we have. We have also mentioned that in our manifesto as well, because I think the experience for the fans is extremely important, because they should always feel like coming back again to the stadium, not just to enjoy the game, to also feel the whole ambience. So this is something which we need to create, and of course for that, we need or this team, our team, my team, where I've been the face, obviously, for this team. So they need the majority and to do all these changes. So it's not going to be an easy task, but we are all up for it. We are all pretty confident, and the communication so far has been extremely clear. Everything has been very transparent, and our only goal or the purpose is to come back for cricket mainly, and of course whatever the glory that has been lost so far. So we want to bring back that glory back to this iconic cricket stadium. Having said that, we've also been discussing about few names that we would like to have on either end of the ground, the pavilion end and the other the far end, if I can say it. And we are thinking, obviously we have been talking about naming those ends, with the legendary cricketers. There have been a lot of legends. I mean, every single player who have played for India from Karnataka, they're legends in their own way. There's no two ways about it. But we are talking about two, very big cricketers who have played more than 100 Test matches, who have led the team. Okay, that's Anil Kumble and Rahul Dravid. And in fact, this is not just happening now. When I was the vice president of KSA, and when Anil Kumble and Jawahar Srinath was president and secretary, I had raised this, saying that we need to name. I mean, this is say about 12, 13 years back, so that we need to name the two ends as Anil Kumble end and Rahul Dravid end. And we are not making this for our benefit here. Please don't get me wrong. This was talked about 12, 13 years back, and now I'm in a position probably to force them to have these. And of course, there are many other names as well, GR or Prasanna, Chandrasekhar, Kirmani, Roja. I mean, I can name n number of players. But then these two players have played 100 Test matches, plus they have led the country. So I think we need to honor them. Okay, and we are not particularly happy about naming Anil Kumble the diamond box, or what is it? Yeah, so I think we need to give more prominence, I think, for these two great cricketers. Okay, with these, I would like to hand over the mic to Vinay.
Thanks, Venki. So actually, Venki, our captain, coach, come chief selector, whatever you want to call it, I would like to place on record, in spite of his busy schedule, the kind of passion he has for cricket, he has decided to come back to administration. We have spent a number of hours in closing on the manifesto. Lot of his quality time has gone into this shaping of this manifest, what has been presented to all the media friends. Every point what you see in the manifest, he has gone into the depth and try to amend it, try to modify, add wherever required, delete whatever is not required. So entire efforts have gone into drafting this manifesto. And the manifest is before you. And one more thing which you can see in the manifest is that once we get elected, and if we have once we come to power, we also would like to name a stand under the name of Shanta Rangaswamy, the legendary women cricketer, which has not been done. There was many requests at the general body meeting. And also we want to name the stand under former BCCI Secretary C. Nagaraj, who has immensely contributed for the development of the Chinnaswamy Stadium. This too is part of our manifest what we have given. And also apart from whatever Venki mentioned about Rahul and Kumble, there are many other legendary cricketers, and everyone deserve and recognition. As a part of our manifest, we are coming up with a lot of infrastructure development. there is definitely scope for us to time and again look into other legends and also and recognize them with the appropriate infrastructure what we are going to come up with that. Since the entire manifest is before you, I thought only spend few minutes on spending on how we achieve this manifest. What is the roadmap in terms of achieving the manifest what we have given. First and foremost is with respect to reviewing the ongoing investigation. You know that there is an investigation going on with respect to this stampede. We would definitely like to review the recommendations of the Judicial Commission with respect to the government agencies, other investigation agencies. We would like to get into the detail and try to find out the recommendations made by these authorities. Also, we would like to conduct a safety audit done with respect to the fans, spectators coming to the stadium. What are remedial measures required? We would definitely immediately take it on priority. Consider all the suggestions given. There will be no compromise with respect to the safety of the fans, safety of the spectators, safety of cricketers. When it comes to the safety, we want to give priority on that. Also, we would definitely like to go on a fast track once these investigations are completed. Try to get the necessary permissions, what is required to make sure that we play matches at Chinnaswamy Stadium. And also, as Venki very close to his heart, he has told multiple times during our internal meeting, he wants to relaunch these grassroots level tournaments with a clear definitive schedules, with the proper time schedules before the selection process begins, and setting up also the academy centers at the zonals. This is what we are looking at a short term. As a long-term strategy, as a long-term things which require some time before we achieve this, definitely we want to develop the Chinnaswamy Stadium into a future-ready smart stadium with a cutting-edge facilities, with the state-of-the-art facilities. Also, we want to setting up another world-class stadium in Mysore. Only we want to initiate. It's not easy to just build a stadium. We want to initiate for setting up another stadium in Mysore, where Chief Minister has gone on record to say that they want to give land for the purpose of setting up a stadium in Mysore. We would proactively meet the Chief Minister, seek the land and try to see that we come up with another stadium. And also we would like to immediately leverage. There are a lot of grounds which are already there, which is owned by KSCA. We want these lands to be put to more effectively use and use it more productively. Put up some signature pavilions in the places like Gadag, the Asan, Davangere, which has been due. So we will definitely try to work hard to bring the infrastructure, put the infrastructure in place so that all the cricketers are going to be benefited. So this is the manifest what we have given. Before we get into the question and answer session, I thought we would symbolically request Venkatesh Prasad and Shanta Rangaswamy to release the manifest as a captain, as a coach, as a selector. We will release it symbolically. Can we get that releasing of the manifest, please? Thank you. So before we get into the question and answer, I would kindly request all our media friends to restrict your questions to the extent of manifest what we have given it to you. So if you have any questions on that, I'm sure all of you are eagerly looking forward to interact with Venkatesh Prasad than anybody else. Of course, you are free to also question anything is there with respect to Shanta ma'am, or if anything, if you want me to answer, I'm ready to do that. And let us restrict the questions to the manifest and what is that we want to do once we get elected. Yeah.
You said you are chief secretary.
I want to also clarify on this, sir. Very clearly he told that he will not be announcing who is contesting for the which post. We have already, I'll finish it off. So what we have said is we are forming a team with Venki and me being there, we are going to form a formidable team. We have to have a team of 16 people to contest the elections. We are in the process of doing that. And it would not wise for us to tell all the 16 who is going to contest. It might take some time. So we are here as leaders to lead this team. So based on that, you can question.
So as leader, I will ask the question since you are the leader. Are you in touch with your former teammates, Kumble, Dravid and Srinath? Because earlier also you were at team U4. So again, are we going to see a team of U4 in the case here?
Well, first half of the question was really good. But the second half, I'm not very sure. I cannot really speak for them. But then, yeah, as I said, the first half of your question, we are, in touch. We are in touch, and they are very much behind us, supporting us, positive. Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. So, I mean, that's for sure. That's there. We have already been talking to them.
Okay, and regarding the incident which has happened last time during the RCP, this thing stampede has happened, I think, if you are getting any report, the Judicial Commission report or other reports, are you going to take any action regarding that, what has happened? If there are any lapses by the previous committee, will you take any action on that?
Sir, as far as the office bearers were concerned last time, I am for sure not going to talk anything bad about anybody. So we are very, very clear. Our team is very, very clear that we are here for the game. To develop the game much more than what's happened, what we have seen. And also, as we spoke about the infrastructure, the structure of the game in every centers, this is where we are focusing, not on what the previous committee has done. No. Okay, so I've got nothing against them. They have done their best, being office bearers, I suppose. So now it's time for this team to take whatever we want to take it forward. Having said that, when it comes to the stampede, which was unfortunate, as I've already mentioned, so that's something which I don't want to really talk about, because it's still under investigation and so on and so forth, and it's not right on my part to speak about that when something is happening. Yeah.
सर, स्टाम्पेड होने के बाद अभी 2-3 महीने हो गए, लोगों में गुस्सा सबसे ज़्यादा है इस बारे में. सबसे पहला सवाल ये है कि क्या चिन्नास्वामी क्रीड़ांगण को यहाँ से दूसरी जगह शिफ्ट करेंगे, क्योंकि इस तरीके के सवाल बहुत सारे उठे हैं. और सबसे ज़्यादा यहाँ पे रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी किसकी है? क्या एसोसिएशन की है, या जो इसमें पॉलिटिक्स के लोग घुसे उनकी है? बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं, इसके बारे में क्या?
Sir, as far as we are concerned, definitely we will put our heart and soul, whatever required, to ensure that Chinnaswamy Stadium is not shifted. It's an iconic stadium, and we are having lot of plans. We are having dream plans with respect to reviving the stadium, giving a better fans experience for the spectators who are coming. I would not be able to answer your question with respect to the government. I don't want to get into that. All that we can say is we are going to put our best effort to see that Chinnaswamy Stadium is not shifted, and we will try to upgrade the Chinnaswamy Stadium and try to make it state-of-the-art stadium at the best possible, in the best possible time.
Just to continue on what Vinay has said, so we'll make all the efforts to reach out to the government to make sure that it's not shifted, or even those talks also shouldn't happen. As Vinay and as we all know that it's an iconic stadium, so we don't want to we don't want any of the international matches. We have witnessed some amazing matches, isn't it? So
one of the matches India-Pakistan.
So we definitely would liaise with all these people. There's no doubt about it. The people concerned, people who are in power, to make sure that the stadium stays where it is and we get back international cricket for sure.
Venki, this is Vaji over here. This side.
Yes, sir.
You spoke about, you said that you won't talk much about the stampede, but we've seen how the recent Women's World Cup has been cancelled because the stadium is unfit. And in your manifesto also you said that you will bring improvements. What are the kind of improvement that we need to have for the stadium to be fit for more matches? So what are those plans that you have? You said you will do, but what are those plans?
Yeah, please go ahead. No, I was giving it to you.
Sir, as I told you that investigating agencies are doing their investigation till the report is not in the public domain. Definitely our first task, as I told you in my roadmap, to review the investigation reports by the Judicial Commission, by the investigating authorities. Whatever remedial measures they have given in that, we would definitely like to consider that and try to implement. That will be the priority before even want to bring back the matches to Chinnaswamy Stadium. Let us look into that. Let us understand what is the remedial measure they have given. Apart from whatever the recommendation this Judicial Commission or the investigations are giving, we ourselves have decided to get a safety audit done. So whatever the recommendations coming out of the safety audit, whatever the recommendations coming out of the Judicial Commission, the inquiry report, with respect to the safety standards which we need to consider, we will ensure that in total we will consider every single recommendation what has come. There will be no compromise as far as the safety of the fans or the spectators is concerned. You want to add something?
Just to add one more thing, will we also see an increase in the seating capacity, because 35,000 is the seating capacity, and like you mentioned, Chinnaswamy is iconic, so, and more people want to watch matches in Chinnaswamy. Even at that incident, a lot of people landed up at Chinnaswamy. So will we see seating arrangements being increased? Is there any plan for that?
So there are two different things in terms of the stampede, why it happened, and so on. I think as far as the seating capacity is concerned, yes, but it depends on how what sort of an plan that the architects would give, and how we can increase the capacity. I'm sure we cannot take it to 80,000 or so on. So probably another 15,000 more, maybe up to 50,000. Suppose now it's 35,000. Yeah, something like that. We need to work on that. Because this, as I said earlier, this was built, say, 1974 was the first test match. 1969 was when the ground was acquired. Yeah, it's been almost, say, 50 years or more than 50 years. So the construction was completely different then, and every time when I, in the last, say, 20-25 years, when I've been going to the stadium, I used to keep looking at the stadium and the pillars, and it's such huge pillars, and obviously that's how it was constructed those days. So you would lose at least, say, about 80 to 100 seats, and in each pillar behind, so that would there must be some exactly. So something which we are thinking about, and we are putting our thoughts in place and see how we can do that, how we can increase the capacity and so on. But we need to make it state of art sort of a center.
ಸರ್ ಗಂಗಾಧರ್ ಅಂತ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ. ಸರ್, ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಕೋಚಿಂಗ್ ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಇಂದ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟರ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಆರೋಪಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? ಯಾವ ಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನ ಕೈಗೊಳ್ತೀರಾ ಸರ್ ಮುಂದೆ ನೀವು?
ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಅದೇ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ನಾವು ಝೋನಲ್ ಅಕಾಡೆಮೀಸ್, that's one area. So we andre yav tar andre ನೀವು talented cricketers na both boys, girls, men, women ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟೆಡ್, ಸೇ 25-30 ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟರ್ಸ್ನ ನೀವು ತಗೊಂಡು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕೋಚಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಝೋನಲ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ನಾನು. ಹುಬ್ಳಿ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ನಿಮಗೆ ಹುಬ್ಳಿ ಧಾರವಾಡ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಬೆಳಗಾಂ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಶಿವಮೊಗ್ಗ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೊ ಆನ್, ತುಮಕೂರು. ಸೊ ಈ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋಚಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಂಟರ್ ಝೋನಲ್ಸ್ ಆಡಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ 25-30 or 40 or something like that, and then ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನೀವು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬಂದು ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸಲೆನ್ಸ್ಗೆ, ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೋಚಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು. ಸೊ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಈ ಥರ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಟು ಎನ್ಕರೇಜ್ ಮೋರ್ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ಆಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಮ್ಯಾನಿಫೆಸ್ಟ್, ವೇರ್ ನಾವು BCCI ಮ್ಯಾಚಸ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚಸ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಮಹಾರಾಜ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮಹಾರಾಣಿ ಕಪ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಝೋನಲ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡಿ ಇನ್ನೂ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೈರ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಹೀಗೆ ನಾವು ಎನ್ಕರೇಜ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತ.
Hello sir, question from this side. Good evening. One question here.
Can I? Madhu, yeah. Madhu, heli.
Venki or Vinay, any one of you can answer. Your manifesto says decisive leadership, no backroom strings, pure cricket, no commerce. Can you just elaborate on what that means?
That does not require any elaboration, I feel. What we have said is, we would like to lead from the front. That's what we wanted to say. And second thing, when we said pure cricket, no commerce is, once we are occupying that post, today I'm free to do what I want on a commercial basis. Once we occupy an office, once we get elected, we want to assure you that they'll be absolutely full of cricket and no commerce, will not be having any conflict of interest. That's what I at least wanted to say on that.
So let's say this new team gets elected. Here, Billy Thomas from NewsX. So will the new team be accessible to media all the time, sir?
Definitely. Now I think Venki will answer from his perspective. I would like to answer it. Definitely I would like to answer it. I was the former treasurer of the Karnataka State Cricket Association, and I was also the official spokesperson of Karnataka State Cricket Association. I am sure a lot of you are familiar faces for me. You know how proactive we were. You know how actively we were sharing the information with you. We had a person in the Karnataka State Cricket Association to support the media in terms of providing the information with respect to the cricket matches, with respect to the development. So we have been extremely proactive in terms of, I don't see any harm in providing information to the media. Media, you are the people who can reach out to the public. What is the activities is done by KSCA. Definitely we will ensure that we are going to be very proactive, very interactive, and very actively will provide all the, what is there for me to hide what I am doing in case it's a public office. So definitely entire information would like to share with each of the media. I definitely assure you on that. And I'm sure you want to hear more from Venkatesh Prasad on this, being a legendary cricketer.
Look, the point is, media is extremely important. It's very important. There's no two ways about it. And we would like to keep the channel of communication open as much as possible. We would like to share what we are doing. We would like to talk to you all, but not on one-on-one, because everybody wants one-on-one. So obviously, whenever there is something that we need to announce, obviously we'll have a press conference and whatever it is. Having said that, look, you were extremely important, even when I was playing as well. So otherwise, who would have known, that somebody was taking 5-wicket haul somewhere here or there or whatever it is? If you are not covering those matches, if you are not putting, my name on the headlines whenever I performed. So that's how selectors got to know. So I know the importance of media, and we all know the importance of media. It's not just about me as Venkatesh Prasad. I'm sure even it's whether it's Shanta, whether it is any other cricketer for that matter. So media is very important. And we would definitely like to keep the channel open for communication and try and be as transparent as possible.
ವಿನಯ್ ಸರ್ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಸರ್ ಈ ಕಡೆ
ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೀವು.
Sir, as I think you want to answer.
Bilateral is going to be an issue. It's a huge issue, and I'm sure I'm with BCCI when it takes a stand. Whatever stand they take, I'm sure they're taking it in the interest of the citizens of the country, the Indian citizens of the Indian citizens. So hagagi, I stand by BCCI. So if they are taking a decision, so be it. Yeah. So we are all with them.
Venki.
Manuja.
Venki.
Once again, I think there was a question there already.
Oh.
So I'll get from you. Yeah.
ಸರ್ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ.
One second. Just give me a minute.
ಸರ್ ಸಂತೋಷ್, ಏಷ್ಯಾನೆಟ್ ಸುವರ್ಣ ನ್ಯೂಸಿಂದ. ಸರ್ ಮ್ಯಾನಿಫೆಸ್ಟೋಲಿ ನೀವು ತುಂಬ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿದಿರಿ, ಬಟ್ KSCA ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ KSCA ಸ್ಟೇಡಿಯಂ ಅಲ್ಲಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಬಿಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸಬೇರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ಅದಾದ ನಂತರ KSC ರಿಲೇಟೆಡಲ್ಲಿ KSC ಸ್ಟೇಡಿಯಂ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಅಧಿಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದ ನಂತರ KSC ಫಿನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ನ ಜನರ ಮುಂದೆ ತರಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ಏನಾದರೂ ಒಂದು ಯೋಚನೆ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ತುಂಬ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿದಿರಿ ಮ್ಯಾನಿಫೆಸ್ಟೋಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಥರ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಈಗ ವೆಂಕಿ ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಸ್ಟೇಡಿಯಂ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿನ 15,000 ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಸೊ KSC ಫಿನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ನ ಜನರ ಮುಂದೆ ತಂದಿಟ್ಟು ಅಂದರೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ನಮ್ಮ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೀಗಿದೆ ಅಂತೇಳೋ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಂತ.
ಸರ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಬೈಲಾಸ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಾವು ಏನೇ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕೈಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ನಮ್ಮ ಸದಸ್ಯರದ ಫಸ್ಟು ನಾವು ಅನುಮೋದನೆ ಪಡಿಬೇಕು. ಅವ್ರ ಅಪ್ರೂವಲ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕೈಗೆ ತಗೊಳೋದು. ನಮ್ಮ KSA ಬೈಲಾಸ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ತಗೊಳೋ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಮುಂದೆ 2 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಬಜೆಟು ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಪರ್ ದಿ ಬೈಲಾಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಪ್ರಾವಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಬೈಲಾಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಫಾಲೋ ಟು ದಿ ಕೋರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ದ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಷನ್ ಆರ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಪರ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾವಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಬೈಲಾಸ್. ಅದು ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಬೈಲಾಸ್, KSA balance sheets, financial audited statements, we are putting on the website. It's for you to see that. It's in a public domain. There is no secret about the financials of KSA. Website, we are putting the entire annual report. The part of the annual report also, you have the capital budget, you have the revenue budget and the audited financial statements. So entire information in the public domain already.
Venki, you are part of one of the most cricketers heavy setup as an administrator. While doing this manifesto, what were those 3 things, if you want to highlight on what you drew from your experience from a decade ago?
Then and now it's only cricket centric, mainly cricket centric. We are not talking about what the previous committee did or what they didn't do, nothing of that sort. So here we want to just focus on the game, as I said, making sure that we organize those managers. So make sure that we organize those league matches. That's the core, because I mean, be it a Kumble or a Rahul Dravid or a Srinath or myself or Sunil Joshi or anybody, or David Johnson, I mean late David Johnson, I'm sorry to say, Doda Ganesh, everybody, whoever, Vijay Bharadwaj, whoever it is, we all performed in league matches. And we need to give a lot of importance for league matches. And having those league matches played on time, finish on time, make sure that there's selection matches. So even I don't mind restricting a few of the tournaments, because what is important is to finish the whole thing. So you want to include this and all kinds of things, say about some 6, 8 or 10 things, and then you don't finish any of them. I mean, that should not happen, I feel. So it is very important to give more importance on league matches and of course the selection matches later on, I mean, which we went through. There's no rocket science in it, I suppose. It's just that how we implement those, is what is important. So we need to see the calendar. We need to make sure that they play. Group 2 is being neglected. There's no league matches for Group 2. So because of that, there is no recruitments that is happening. That's a big thing, right? So earlier Karnataka, we used to have a solid Group 2 tournaments, and I loved playing against a few of the institutions. When I was playing for Syndicate Bank, okay, I used to play against SBI, SBM and Canada Bank and so on. Just imagine playing against SBI with GR Vishwanath playing, and a Roja Bini and a Kirmani, and so on and so forth. Just imagine the kind of exposure and the experience that one youngster could get. So we would want to revive all those, and the zonal matches, zonal leagues, school competitions, inter-school, and for girls as well, bringing them into the fold in terms of league matches. So there's a lot to be done as far as cricket is concerned.
Venki,
Yes, Girish. ಹೇಳಿ
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮ್ಯಾನಿಫೆಸ್ಟೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇದೆ,
ಚಿನ್ನಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಕ್ರೀಡಾಂಗಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಂದ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಪುನರಾರಂಭಿಸಲು ಅಗತ್ಯ ಅನುಮತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಪಡೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದು. ಈಗ ಅನುಮತಿ ಸಿಗದೇ ಇರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಕಾರಣಗಳನ್ನು ನೀವು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಅದನ್ನು ಯಾವ ಥರ ನೀವು ವಾಪಸ್ಸು ಅನುಮತಿ ತಗೋತೀರಿ? ಎರಡನೇ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದಿದೆ. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಲೆಗಸಿಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ವಾಪಸ್, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಗ್ಲೋರಿಯನ್ನು ವಾಪಸ್ ತರ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ ಆಗಲಿ ನೀವು. ಗ್ಲೋರಿ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ?
ಸರ್, ಇದು ಒಂದು ನೀವು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ವಿತ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಡ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ ಅನ್ಫಾರ್ಚುನೇಟ್ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಡ್. ನಾವಿವಾಗ ನಾಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕಮಿಟಿ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಥರನೇ ಏನು ಪೇಪರ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋದೆ. ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ರೈಟಪ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕಮ್ ದಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮೂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಚಿನ್ನಸ್ವಾಮಿ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದೆ ಮಹಾರಾಜ ಟ್ರೋಫಿ ಚಿನ್ನಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಸ್ಟೇಡಿಯಂ ನಡೀತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ವುಮೆನ್ಸ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಕಪ್ ಚಿನ್ನಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಸ್ಟೇಡಿಯಂ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ವಿಷಯನೇ. ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದಮೇಲೆ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ರೆಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ದ PR, ಅವ್ರು ಏನೇನು ಕರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೂ ಮತ್ತು ಇದು ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ಗೆ, ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ಸ್ ತೊಗೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟು ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಗೇಷನ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟೆಡ್. ಒನ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟೆಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ನೋ ದ ರೆಮಿಡಿಯಲ್ ಮೆಷರ್ಸ್. And in our own interest, irrespective of the investigation report, safety audit, as I told you, we have to get it done. ಅದಾದಮೇಲೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಪರಿಶೀಲನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ತಗೊಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೇನು ಬೇಕೋ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಜೊತೆ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಎ PR, ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವ್, ಪ್ರೋಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನೇನು ಬೇಕೋ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಲಯಸನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಜೊತೆ ಆದಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ನಾವು ವಿ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಎನ್ಶೋರ್ ದಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಡ್ ಇನ್ ಚಿನ್ನಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಸ್ಟೇಡಿಯಂ ಅಂತ ಮ್ಯಾನಿಫೆಸ್ಟೋಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿರೋದು. ಎರಡನೇ ವಿಷಯ ನೀವು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗ ಐಕಾನಿಕ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ತರ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿನ ಚಿನ್ನಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಸ್ಟೇಡಿಯಮಲ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಚಸ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಡಸ್ ಇಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮೀನ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಎ ಗ್ಲೋರಿ ಇಫ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾಚಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪ್ನಿಂಗ್? We have to put our effort to see that we get back the matches and bring back the glory is what we are trying to say in the manifesto.
Also, first part of the question, ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮಿಂಗ್. ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಳತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರನೇ ನಾವು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ನಾವು ಆನ್ ಝೋನಲ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಒಂಥರ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಪಿಚಸ್. ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನೂ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಸುಮಾರು ಇದೆ. So I think as of now, I think the focus is on the zonal centers, zonal cricket, zonal academies, taking BCCI matches there to those zonal centers. So other male focus madi idu, as I said, it's time consuming, but yes, the effort is going to be not just 100%, probably much more than that.
Venki, you've been associated with cricket in different roles, be it a player, a coach, a selector, and you've also been part of the KSCA earlier. So, as an administrator, what are the challenges that you face, and when compared to that time and now, what has changed from there?
So there are challenges everywhere, be it a coach or whatever it is. Even as an administrator, also it has got its own challenges. So it's just that how with what mindset that you are going into that role, and how you're going to take on those challenges. So for us, taking on challenges, it's not new, because you got to, as players, we had to take decisions on your toes, and we are always good in finding solutions, right? If a batter hits me, nowadays, if the batter hits me for a boundary, I need to find a solution how I can come back to either get him out or to bowl a dot ball and to again put back the pressure on him, isn't it? It's vice versa. So we are always good in finding solutions. So administration has also got its own challenges, and we have been talking about a lot of challenges. A lot of questions have been asked about, how we are going to revive that glory that has been lost as of now. So it's a mindset, and your effort all out, going all out to make sure you bring back a lot of things. So so that's about it, I suppose.
So here, Sir, you promised to bring international matches back to Chinnaswamy. Since scheduling is decided by the BCCI, what specific steps will you take to secure matches? And my second question is, ticketing for Chinnaswamy matches has often faced criticism for black marketing and unfair access. What concrete changes will you implement if you gain power?
Sir, as far as bringing back international match is concerned, it's definitely the BCCI who are going to allocate the matches. So what we mean to say is, one of the precondition whenever BCCI allots a matches, they give us a deadline to get the state government permission. If I don't get the permission, they will not host the matches. So before hosting, they make a correspondence to the concerned state association, ask us to get the permission from the state government. Once we get the permission, the match will be hosted. In the current situation, as you know that the permission has been denied, what we mean to say is we are going to work together to see that as and when the match is coming to Bangalore, we will put our efforts to get the necessary permissions from the government agencies so that the matches can come back to the Bangalore. As far as ticketing is concerned, I can tell you it's only an isolated situation where some people are selling at black market. When you're selling 30,000 capacity, what control you have on 2-3 tickets if they're selling? Not that we are shying away from our responsibility. We would definitely ensure that we want to make it 100% digital sale of tickets, because once you make a digital sale of tickets, at least you get a control over to whom you have sold the tickets. At the same time, some of them say that they are not very tech savvy. For the lower stands, there have been a lot of pressure selling that you have to sell at the counter, you can't do digital. In one of the manifests we have given that we are going to come with the state-of-art technology to make sure we are going to make 100% sale of tickets by digitally only, and try to see that the tickets are sold to the right people. This is the best we can do as administrators.
So in your manifesto, a lot of things have been talked about developing the infrastructure, but you haven't mentioned about the budget limits and the timeline. If you can share this, it may be quite early, but if you can share, please share it.
Sir, it takes time, sir. Whatever we have said is what is that we intend to do. There is a different internal process we need to follow for achieving whatever is required. We will definitely follow what is required as per the bylaws, and we'll share it with our members, whatever required as per bylaws. Yeah, last question is
ವಿನಯ್ ಸರ್, ಮುಕುಂದ್ ಅಂತ, ಸಂಯುಕ್ತ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಿಂದ. ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್, ನೀವು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಲಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಮೈದಾನವನ್ನು ನಾವು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಲಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಮೈದಾನ ಹೇಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ತರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಅನ್ಕೊಂತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ನೀವು ಇದರಲ್ಲೇ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ
ಸರ್. ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಯಂ ತರಬೇಕು. KSCಗೆ ಲಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಮೈದಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಯಂ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟರ್ಸ್, ಲೆಜೆಂಡ್ರಿ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟರ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಈ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟರ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೇಮು, ಒಂದು ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ರಿ ಫಿಲಮ್ಸು, ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ವಿ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಎಸ್ ಎ ಟೂರಿಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಪಾಟ್ ಚಿನ್ನಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಸ್ಟೇಡಿಯಂ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಯಂ ಥರ ಮಾಡಿ ಟೂರಿಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕಮ್, ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ಲುಕ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫೀಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಚಿನ್ನಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಸ್ಟೇಡಿಯಂ, ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ of the museum, and that can generate the revenue also. This has been initiated actually sometime back when we were there. We already initiated. There was the agency working on setting up this. We will revisit and we want to bring back the museum to Chinnaswamy Stadium. That's what we have mentioned.
Okay, so ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಅವೈಲಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಇದೆಯಾ?
Already ನೋಡಿದೀವಿ. We'll come back. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ lot of things are there internally. We have to look at that, and we have already identified a space, and we have to go back. I'm not there in last 3 years. I don't know whether that space is still there. If it is not there, we'll find a space and see that it is implemented. Yeah.
The question also is that ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ವಾ ನೀವು, 3 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಇದನ್ನ? ಅದು ಕಷ್ಟನೇ. That's also true, and we have to be realistic. ಪ್ಲಾನ್ಗಳಿದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟು 3 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅದನ್ನ, that is a big question. Plan ಇದೆ, and efforts are going to be there, and as I said, to any extent, to great extent, ಬರೀ ನಾವು ಪವರ್ಗೆ ಬಂದರೆ ಮಾತ್ರನೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, even the other cricketers, okay, they are all with us, so they are all going to be backing us and trying to see how best we can get a lot of these things implemented. But focus ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರೋದು ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ. First is cricket. Yeah.
I think we'll conclude and thank you very much. Please, we have arranged some snacks and coffee required to please have the refreshments before you leave. Thank you everybody for joining us.